Hello everyone and welcome back to Trine. We are at part 4 with the Dragon Graveyard.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
It is. With most of the levels thus far, it's all been outdoor. Well, actually that's not true. We did have the academy hallways at first. But now we're getting into darker, deeper, dungeon-y types of things, which is always very exciting.
So are they in a universe right now, or are they inside a made-up world of the Trine?
It's their normal world. The whole Trine thing is that it kind of bound their bodies together, or we bound their souls together into a single physical being.
With string?
With staples, actually. It's a very painful process. I would not recommend.
Oh, okay.
I know, not very hygienic either. But it's like have you seen the new Judge Dredd movie? It's that kind of thing.
I have not seen it, but
okay.
it looked very high budget.
Interestingly enough, they did not have a very high budget for that movie, but
it looked very explosion-y.
It is very super explosion-y, and it's quite good. Much better than the Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, I'm Mr. Judge Dredd. I'm just gonna come over here and kill all of you for no reason.
He does say that in the movie. It's weird. And speaking of killing things for no reason, well, it's not for no reason. The skeletons are trying to kill us too. I mean, I think we're justified in what we're trying to do here. I think we had talked last time.
Which would be worse? Being raped by a skeleton?
Oh dear
or
God.
being raped by a mummy?
Yeah, I'd rather not pull a PewDiePie and make rape jokes in a YouTube video. I'm just gonna throw that out there right
Wait,
now.
so I'm a Tobuscus man. Are you a PewDiePie man?
I'm not really either one in particular, although I would prefer Tobuscus over PewDiePie any day.
I watched his Happy Wheels, and the problem is, like, they both have similar things that they do.
Yeah.
But I like Tobuscus more because whenever he doesn't always use the dad-son character, and B, when he is the dad-son character, he doesn't bogart beating the level just to show the son constantly and then lose.
Yeah.
But he also will actually play every level, and he does descriptions and reads everything and gives people credit, and he'll beat the levels. And
yeah.
If that isn't enough, he doesn't every 3 seconds go.
Holy shit, was PewDiePie in the video all of a sudden? What?
Yeah, like, he just screams at the top of his lungs, like, every 10 seconds, like, oh my god, Dad! You know, like, I kind of enjoy being able to still hear after watching a Tobuscus video.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't mean to knock the guy, and people who like PewDiePie, by all means, you know, whatever.
I can see what he would be, why people would find him funny. I just don't personally find much of his stuff funny, or at least of his Happy Wheels stuff funny.
Yeah.
And even more ironically, even today, there are still people like, level blah 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 for PewDiePie. Hope PewDiePie plays this, and like he hasn't played a Happy Wheels made a Happy Wheels video in like a year and a half. He's done. I
would certainly hope so. I know that
people should start, you know, working up to Tobuscus because he's the one still playing them.
Yeah. And as we see here, I'm trying to I was actually trying to find some sort of way to roll the spiked ball up within itself. I've actually done it before, but
what's it would come off the other side?
Well, it's kind of a funny. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know if you're not supposed to be able to do this, but it's actually there's a way to roll that spiked ball kind of up inside itself, so it just gets stuck up at the top.
Oh, so it's not a hazard.
Yeah, exactly. So that it's just out of the way. I couldn't get it in this video.
It didn't look like it was very menacing, even with placed regularly, though.
It really isn't, especially once you've got that shield. Oh, I think I got the yes. This is that special power that the knight gets that I told you about. That's super inefficient and really strategically just stupid. I mean, it is very
One where he goes, roar!
That charging attack. Oh, also we can shoot 2 arrows simultaneously with the thief now.
Oh my god.
Nice.
You are now the biggest badass ever.
Well, it gets even badasser. Badassier? Badassier. It gets badassier later because we can upgrade that bow ability even more.
Don't you dare say 3 arrows. Don't you even dare.
You know, I think it kicks it up a notch even further. I think it gets up to 4 arrows.
I just shit my pants.
I shit everything, actually. I shit your pants.
Oh, you definitely did. There seems to be 2 different packets of shit in there.
That explains everything. Oh god, I fell all the way. But yes, so getting 2 arrows is awesome, and getting that charge attack as the knight is super nice. I will say, although it's stupidly inefficient and really just dumb, it does let you kick past shielded enemies. Shielded enemies will start showing up pretty soon here, and normally you have to like either beat the shield in or try and hit them in like the right timing. At this point, I'm concerned about just knocking them off the edge, but soon we'll see me kicking enemies around like a fucking badass, and it will be delicious. But for some reason, it took me a couple, and it took me a couple enemy deaths for me to remember. Oh yeah, I just got this power. Why am I not using it? What the fuck's wrong with me?
And it's your favorite one, apparently.
It's not my favorite. There's one more that the Knight gets that is just. I will say, the Knight, whenever he's like swinging a sword around like a lunatic, I just think Chris Farley. I just like the fact that he's kind of overweight and he's just swiping his sword like a maniac.
I would have thought John Belushi as the samurai
There we
assassin.
go. John Belushi is also another good candidate, but I think Chris Farley. I just with the hair flying around.
What, you mean like from Beverly Hills Ninja?
No, more from like Tommy Boy and.
I like how it's like, so you know, when I watch this guy fighting, he's all fat and stuff. It reminds me of Chris Farley. Oh yeah, you mean for like Beverly Hills Ninja? Huh? You know, he was fat, he was fighting. Oh no, Tommy Boy. Like what?
Well, no, not.
Is that out of nowhere?
No, not the fighting, and just because I think in that movie he wasn't like, I mean he was definitely in that movie and he was good in that movie, but I don't consider that a classic Chris Farley. For some reason when I think Chris Farley, I think of other movies and not that one. That's just a personal preference.
Well, I would have thought maybe like Airheads or something would be classic Chris Farley.
That's another good one. Or just the old school essence.
Did you know he was also in Coneheads?
Oh, I did not know that actually.
Have you seen Coneheads?
Yeah, not in a long time though.
He played the daughter's boyfriend.
You're right, he did. I remember that.
Do you know who else was in Coneheads too?
Who?
Adam Sandler.
What character was he?
He played in one scene. Beldar is being given fake IDs and fake credit cards from a guy who is played by Adam Sandler. They're in a restaurant. Adam Sandler is providing him with fake IDs.
Okay.
And that was his character.
Okay, I did not remember Adam Sandler.
Most people do not remember that.
No, I do not. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie. But anyway, I always think of Chris Farley when I see the Knight. And like I said, just because of his mannerisms, not because of the combat itself, but just
Haha, you failed.
And there's one like ability or power, whatever you want to call it, that the Knight gets later on. I don't want to spoil it by saying anything, but it makes it look even more Chris Farley-ish, which is just spectacular. So I'm looking forward to that. That's without a doubt my favorite ability that you get within this game. Even though it too is pretty inefficient and not very practical, it's just fantastic.
Is there a power-up or not where you go roar?
And that's it? Just a roar? And there is not, unfortunately. Although the wonderful thing about this game is that you can do that yourself, like as you're playing it. It's not.
I assume you do.
I do all the time. I mean, it's a good thing that that you can't hear my voice as we're playing this right now, or else
it would just be 18 minutes of roar.
It would be pretty sexy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know if the audience can handle it. We might have to make it rated, PG-13 at
How
least.
come enemies can just stand in the spikes?
Yeah, that's another weird thing.
We were just talking about. You need health, and you're very low, and you kill that guy, and oh, there's your health right in the spikes of death.
Yep, that's how it goes. It's really weird, and usually the enemies will take damage in the spikes. Well, no, they'll always take damage when they land at the spikes, but it doesn't always kill them. If they start moving around the spikes, they'll take additional damage. But I think since he was standing still, I guess it didn't quite count damage-wise. That's my theory, at least.
He was smart.
He was. He just knew. He knew he was screwed, so he decided to just stand there and wait it out.
I think there's other stuff in those spikes. Are you supposed to, like, grapple to them?
You're supposed to not do what I'm doing right now and jumping around like an idiot. I'm really trying to get that experience. But yes, that is one way to do it, is you could grapple and kind of narrow yourself down. But yeah, I'm just bouncing around spikes and getting stabbed by spike balls.
Worth it? You got all your health lost?
Yep, yeah. All for that one experience bottle. I try to get all the ones I see, but I do miss some, invariably. Yeah, like that one down there. I guess if I was really fancy, I could swing down and drop just a little bit to get some momentum going, but it'd be kind of... I wouldn't, and I didn't, obviously, but especially since we have health right here. A lot of the platforming sections involve little bits like that, where you kind of have to jump at an angle, throw the grappling hook, and then swing up and around, because it's just a little bit out of normal jump shot. There's a nice kick. I fucking love it.
Oh, he got kicked.
I'm sorry?
He got kicked.
He did. Oh, that was a nice little point-blank shot. Wonder if she gets the +1 bonus to attack for having the point-blank shot feat. Those who play.
That would do 2 damage.
Right. Well, we can. Well, actually, I don't think point-blank shot adds 2 damage. I think it's just attack rolls. I could be wrong though. Any 3.5 D&D players out there are welcome to correct me.
I don't play D&D. I play Magic the fucking Gathering. I don't even play
nice.
either.
Okay, I've got a couple friends that. Well, I don't know anybody that does anymore. I know a bunch that used to back in the day, back in the good old days. Not so much anymore, though.
The only card game I ever came closest to playing was Dragon Ball Z.
Really? I didn't know it had a card game.
Yeah.
How was it?
I think I played it once.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was never much of a card game guy myself, so I know that feel, bro. And, well, speaking of spikes and all these other things, we're clearly not done here. It's appropriate with the dragon graveyard theme. We can see more dragon bones in the background there, so it's appropriate.
And a spinning wheel of death. Or
Where's the
gear.
spinning wheel?
I think it's a gear.
Oh, that thing sitting in the foreground there.
Can I have it?
It's all yours, man.
Okay.
I've proclaimed it.
There's a dragon egg.
Oh, you're right. I actually never noticed. Well, wait, are those eggs or are they just rocks?
I'm pretty sure those eggs.
Huh. I never noticed those before.
If you look, they're completely egg shaped as opposed to misshapen.
Interesting. It's a strange place for eggs to be. A graveyard, a dragon graveyard. I guess they're dragon eggs. Is the idea. But... well, it's such a romantic place to lay some eggs. A fucking graveyard.
When they wake up, they're like, "Mama, Mama,
Mama, Snake." But yeah, and that charge move, so good. The biggest thing about the charge thing is it leaves you so vulnerable to attacks. You can't use the shield or anything. But that kick, when it's a killing blow with that kick, God, it's so satisfying. Ugh!
That's like when you play a game for like 80 hours just to get a mask, and you're like, this game is now enhanced by the fact of me wearing this mask.
Worth it. Or hats. too.
I have Sonic Dash on my iPhone, and you have to spend a lot of time to get the characters, but all the characters are just palette swaps.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Yeah. There's really no reason to ever need them.
Yeah.
But you're like, this game is awesome now. I'm playing as Shadow. Yeah. You know. Yeah,
a lot of those, like the Infinite Runners and the Infinite Jumper. Yeah, a lot of it's just kind of glorified palette swaps, but that's part of the fun. I'm not gonna knock it.
I just never pay for anything when it comes to games like that. It's a scam.
Oh yeah. Paying for that stuff is a waste of money, and I know friends.
The only game I ever bought on the iPod and then paid more money into it was this one game called like 7 Words, in which you get like 16 different blocks of either 2, 3, or 4 letters in them, and you have to make up 5, 6, 7, 8 to 10 letter words. So if it's like you had AR and then RR and then OW, you'd have to make up the word arrow based on a clue given to you.
Okay.
And there was a $3 package for 500 puzzles of those, and I figured I wouldn't mind paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm never gonna buy a game like Sonic Dash and be like, I'm gonna pay money for more rings. Yeah, that seems
yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
I'll spend the extra 6 months to do it myself.
Right.
I don't really care. But I got nothing else. I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah, exactly. Candy Crush is a really good example of like how ridiculous. I've
never paid for anything in Candy Cruch at all, and I'm almost at level 300.
Oh really? I've actually never played it once.
In fact, I even have 3 accounts.
Really?
On Facebook, so that whenever I used to do it for lives, but now I don't even care. But whenever, like rarely I'll do it for lives, but whenever I need a ticket, I log onto my Facebook accounts after sending requests to those accounts from my main one. I accept it. Go back, and within 15 minutes I have my tickets.
Yeah, that'll do it, yeah.
I mean, I don't care. I'm not waiting for my 2 friends who play it, or my 3 friends who play that game. You know, a month later I get my tickets, like, or pay for it. I don't.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, it is silly, and people know it's silly, but you know, some they just can't help themselves. That's what those free-to-play games try to capitalize on.
Yeah.
Quite literally. Ah, that was a good kick.
They're free to play unless you want to wait to play.
Yeah, free to lose, pay to win.
Free to play for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a drug dealer. The first time is always free. Nothing like a steady customer. I can quit anytime I want.
The first trip's always free.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't come back for the second.
Like, I can quit anytime I want to. Damn it! Just don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't you judge me.
Well, then put some clothes on.
Yeah. You don't tell me what to do. And this is a fun little. Well, it's not really a puzzle because it's quite obvious what the solution is. Well, not what the solution is, but the goal is in. That's
have completed the game.
Not quite. No, there's still plenty to do, but yeah, this is a fun little.
I thought that was it. It really seemed like an end game kind of scenario there.
It's an end level, but not quite end game. Basically, the idea is that you have to get a little bit creative, or well, this is a time to get creative with like the physics portion of the game. And summon some pieces or some blocks to try and get a stable structure going. And I think I just got got that second one to stop spinning. Is obviously
now you have to summon a very large wig.
A what?
A very large wig.
A wig, you say?
Yeah.
Like a hair wig?
Yeah, to make the structure look really nice. It's got like 2 eyes, if you see.
Oh, okay. Make it look pretty.
Nice hair.
Well, we're all about building confidence here at Gunstar Gaming, so that's appropriate.
Of the Dragon Graveyard, our heroes carried on. The wizard delved deeper into the inscriptions about the Guardians. There had once been 3 artifacts, one for the soul and righteousness, one for the mind and power, and one for the body and matter. These immortal objects had been used to balance all good and evil in the world. When everything was in harmony, the artifacts had been given to the 3 Guardians, who had kept them safe for centuries. The Guardians encountered the artifacts with powerful protective charms that had only allowed those with pure intents to come near. Eventually, the Guardians passed away, and only the charms remained.
Did you have fun?
Am I done?
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, good. Well,
Did I sound British?
I was actually thinking, I was like, I think it's a different accent from the previous videos, so it's, changing things up. But, well, anyway.
In the next video, I want to talk a little bit more like this.
I don't think anybody in any country talks like that.
Are you sure?
I could be mistaken. I've been wrong before, but I don't think that's how they talk.